Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening, everyone. Facebook has stared down the federal government and locked out all Australian news sites from its platform. And Tasmanian Facebook pages have also been caught in the crossfire. Dozens of organisations woke this morning to find their Facebook pages were wiped clean, and many are now concerned about how they will distribute crucial information to the community.
For many organisations in Tasmania, Facebook is an essential resource, but today dozens of feeds were left blank, among them the page of the Hobart Women's Shelter.
Not only is our information on there for women that may be experiencing family violence, but even for friends or families that may be looking to services for support.
The crucial service caught up in Facebook's news content ban.
I mean, it's silly to think that, we're talking about something that's happening that's quite big and it's just having such an impact, locally for us. It's crazy. There are other things that we could be focusing our time on.
And they're not the only dedicated women's service impacted in the state.
Well, it's terrible for a little community organisation like ours because we use Facebook to reach the community.
They say it's important for health organisations to be able to provide information about COVID and the vaccine rollout.
It's a really terrible time for the whole community sector to lose its capacity to message the community.
From the Hobart Hurricanes to Swimming Tasmania, not even sporting organisations were immune.
It is quite frustrating to see that there's no real category as to what has been and hasn't been banned. So for us, it is just quite confusing.
The majority of Facebook pages for news services around the state have been wiped clean, but there's inconsistency with a handful like 7 Tasmania News still operating. The media union says it's crucial during a pandemic for Tasmanians to have access to credible news.
By cutting away credible news services from Facebook, it actually allows the promotion of that horrible term fake news and conspiracy theories.
The federal government is working through a process. They've arrived at what I understand to be a reasonable position with Google, but with Facebook, a lot of people get their news that way, and it's very disappointing what's occurring at the moment.
Meg Sides, 7 Tasmania News.
The rollout of the COVID-19 vaccine in aged care will start in Tasmania's north and northwest next week. Vaccinations will begin at aged care sites in a dozen towns, including Burnie, Wynyard and Ulverston. Launceston suburbs, Norwood, Newstead and Legana will also be included. The state government's vaccine program is also expected to start on Tuesday in Hobart. A Tasmanian aged care organisation says it's struggling to recruit qualified staff and is worried it will have to turn away new clients, leaving elderly people without adequate home care. Labor is calling for free aged care education in a bid to attract more people to the embattled sector.
Douglas Doherty is desperate for more staff at family-based care, but struggles to find qualified applicants, leaving older Tasmanians unable to receive the care they need.
There are people in the community who are entitled to, who are funded for higher levels of care, who are unable to get that care because there isn't a sufficient workforce.
The organisation is now facing a shortfall of around 20 staff a week.
We're always moving staff around and always trying to compromise.
Labor says the cost of studying is a significant barrier to attracting more people in the sector and is calling for TAFE to be free. The price tag of the policy, $10 million.
We've got one of the worst unemployment rates in the country, the highest youth unemployment rate in the country. We need to be investing in people, and it's a small investment to make in order to connect people with work and to provide better opportunities for people to get the services they expect right across Tasmania.
The state government has dismissed the need to offer free education, saying it's about marketing the job to candidates.
It's a matter of ensuring that people understand the benefits and opportunities that a career working with our elderly provides.
Elizabeth O'Neill, 7 Tasmania News.
In an effort to future-proof Tasmania for a predicted boom in electric vehicles, the newest high-tech charging infrastructure has been unveiled. Those in the industry say while it's a good step, more action is needed to increase uptake.
This new fast charge station can fully power an electric vehicle in 12 minutes. It's one of 14 around the state, with a new electric charging network officially open today.
The more charging stations that are available for electric vehicles in Tasmania, the quicker and the faster and the more significant the adoption will be.
With range anxiety and price standing in the way of faster uptake, Tasmania has addressed the former, making major improvements to infrastructure.
We are leading the way in this space.
A network that actually puts us in front of the other states and territories in terms of the opportunity to drive an electric vehicle in Tasmania anywhere in the state.
Having the charging network is a big step in the right direction. There's more that could be done.
But the price remains a pinch point for potential Australian buyers. Only 5 models of EV retail for less than $60,000. Meanwhile, incentives such as free stamp duty and rego are present in other states, but yet to reach Tasmania.
These policies that are out are all to get electric cars affordable by having a second-hand car market, but that's maybe 3 to 5 years down the track. So we want to take action now.
Good Car Co imports second-hand electric cars from countries where they're cheaper. They've discovered nationwide demand as they look to create an affordable used market for green-powered vehicles.
Lack of access to vehicles and the price point. So we're addressing both of those issues by importing vehicles.
Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
A Bridgewater family says it's facing homelessness after its unit was flooded with sewage. Taswater has apologised for the mess, which has left the property unlivable.
From the outside, it's a normal home, but step through the front door and you'll find an unimaginable smell and mess, all of it caused by a foul flood of sewage nearly 2 weeks ago.
You could not describe the smell of it. I raced outside, grabbed my gumboots that I wear for fishing, put my gumboots on, and the time I got back inside, it was up to me ankles in water.
Robert believes the chaos was caused by stormwater. He's received an apology letter from Taswater over the spill. The company and his real estate agent have put his family up at nearby accommodation, but next week they'll need to move on.
We'll be officially homeless. I don't know where we're going to go.
How are you feeling at the moment?
Very depressed. The black hole's getting blacker, mate.
The family had only been paying $560 a fortnight in rent. They've since been offered other properties but say they can't afford them.
I've tried for accommodation everywhere, mate. I've been to emergency housing. We're ringing them up, didn't ask for the situation we're in now, and it just takes a lot out of me.
Taswater says it's still investigating the cause of the spill and will work with the family to find them permanent accommodation. Sean McComish, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmanians are being reminded to have a flu vaccine this winter in addition to the coronavirus jab. People will need to wait 2 weeks after being immunised for COVID-19 to receive the influenza jab.
We're reducing the COVID-19 risk by getting immunisation, but we also want to make sure that people do not suffer adverse outcomes from preventable things.
Tasmanians can be immunised at GP clinics and pharmacies from late April.
A North Launceston Premiership player is now a Richmond Tiger. Ryan Mansell has been snapped up by the AFL giant after a standout summer on the training track. From State League glory to an AFL start, hard work is truly paying off for former Northern Bomber Ryan Mansell.
I missed out on the draft and rookie draft. I was pretty disappointed about that, and then the manager gave me a call saying that Richmond were keen on me training with them to potentially fill a spot that they've left over.
He did just that, beating 5 other contenders to it. What an encore for the 20-year-old who claimed the ultimate prize with Woodville West Torrens last season.
The intensity just goes up a whole nother level, even from Sample, which I thought was pretty high.
He says playing alongside ex-AFL players in Adelaide helped his confidence at Punt Road.
Me, probably a few years ago, I would have been a bit scared to talk to him.
Now he's working closely with the likes of Dylan Grimes, Jaden Short, Nick Vlosten and Liam Baker in the Tigers' elite backline.
I've learnt that much off them already, and just the way how to go, like to take on training and then in meetings, how to prepare yourself.
Although nothing could prepare him for the incredible intensity at training.
It's just so quick and everyone's up and about and it's just buzzing the whole time. I really enjoy it.
Last year's flag in SA followed a three-peat with the Northern Bombers. Now with the AFL's reigning champion, who knows what's in store next. Meanwhile, a Tasmanian AFL star is looking to play in the NTFA. Tom Bellchambers, who recently hung up the boots for Essendon, says he's eyeing a return to his grassroots club St Pat's to play with his brother. The last game Tom Bellchambers played was for Essendon. The next will hopefully be for St Pat's.
To get back down there and to be able to play on the St Pat's jersey will be really exciting.
Swapping the MCG for Prospect has plenty of appeal for Bellchambers. He'll be able to play with his brother Josh if his clearance to the NTFA is approved.
It's got a rich family history, St Pat's obviously, so both my brothers have played there, my cousin.
We'll welcome him with open arms, no doubt about that.
AFL talent would be a major coup for Ian McCallum's Saints, especially when the club has a marquee matchup with old Launcestonians, celebrating a long-lost premiership from 1936.
We beat OLs to win the premiership, and that premiership cup turned up at the Mowbray Tip about 6 months ago.
$20 to the tip shop later, the club had its piece of history back.
That game, which is May 1, which will be up here against OLs, we're having replica jumpers made to really sort of set the scene.
Our older brother Nick obviously played a bit of footy at St Pat's as well, so who knows, mate, we might be able to get him to dust off the boots and we might get all three of us out there, which would be good for the family.
Having 2, maybe 3 Bellchambers in the same side would add yet another chapter to a club with mountains of history. What a way to mark the Saints' 90th year on the park. The Tigers-Sheffield Shield clash with Queensland hangs in the balance. Joe Burns kept Queensland in the contest with a whopping 171-run stand. Marnus Labuschagne with 49. Bo Webster took 4 wickets. After resuming play at 7 for 293, Tasmania was eventually bowled out for 332. Joe Burns may have made a huge total, but the Tigers ripped through the rest of the Bulls' batting order, bowling them out late in the day for 275. The Tigers lead the Bulls by 64 runs at stumps on day 2.
Good evening. Hobart 30 today, Launceston 26, Burnie 22 and Devonport 24. 31, that was the maximum recorded by Ooze. Grove and Strawn not far behind on 30, Bushy Park and Campania 29. 24 at Friendly Beaches and the Bass Strait Islands, Low Head and St Helens on 22. Fine across the state today, some cloud over the north and northeast, but no rain of note for the past 36 hours. More low cloud over the east coast of the North Island. Thunderstorms active over the usual suspects up north, mainly clear skies for the rest of the country. Tomorrow a trough splits 2 high pressure systems with another trough over the far north of the nation. Winds nor-northeasterly at 20 to 30 knots. There will be a shift to the northwest later over the west and south. Strong wind warning that's on from the northern reaches of Flinders Island down and all the way back around to Stanley. Tomorrow, Friday, 33 for Hobart, hot and sunny, 34 for Huonville, 32 the top for Campania. 28 degrees for Launceston, partly cloudy. A light morning shower, that'll clear of course. Devonport a high of 25 later, 26 the top for Georgetown. Burnie, a possible light early shower, 25 the maximum later, mostly sunny. Strawn, 31 degrees, nothing better, 24 the top for Wynyard. 25 for St Helens, a possible light shower as well. Cloud over Swansea, clearing later, 29, 28 the high for Port Arthur. UV has been on 10 all week and that will continue tomorrow. Now for the weekend, fine and partly cloudy on Saturday, temperature still summery, the chance of a shower though in Hobart. Fine on Sunday as well, ahead of a late shower over the east and south, and on Monday fine apart from a shower over the west and northeast. A sunny 28 in Perth tomorrow, becoming cloudy in Adelaide, a windy start to a sunny 33 degrees in Melbourne, showers for Sydney and Brisbane, a possible storm in Darwin. Sunny and still 28 in Hobart, 23 in Launceston, sunny in Devonport and currently 21 degrees. Kim, I know you don't like working in the heat, so I doubt if I'll see you tomorrow night.
No, I won't be here tomorrow night, and I love the heat and that's why I'm not here. I'm off to the beach.